Let's go Blue Jays.
No, I didn't do a blue jay. I did a shrike. Completely different. You know,
True.
see? Get it
True.
right. Let's go Northern Shrike.
They didn't make it past the second round.
Nor did you Thylacine.
I know. I'm so upset. So March Mammal Madness. If you don't follow it, look it up. It's a thing.
It's a
Um,
thing. It's
it's
a
a
cool
thing.
thing. It's
It's
a
a
fun
cool
thing.
nerdy thing.
It's
And that
definitely nerdy.
and that's what's inspiring this challenge. So you chose a Shrike which got ousted in the second round by an ossifrage.
Ossifrage? Ossifrage? Yeah, I don't. I think it's ossifrage.
I don't know.
Big vulture like bird.
Yeah. And,
Yes, this is March Mammal Madness, but it's been going on long enough that they have to go out beyond the mammals and into the birds and the fish and the insects and the mold and all sorts of weird things. I know.
yeah. Yeah. And my thylacine got taken out by oryx or something.
By the aurochs. Yeah.
An ancient cow. Just ran away. Couldn't believe it. Lame.
So the shrike flew away too. So
yeah.
I was because if you pay attention to it, like the battle between the ossifrage and the shrike, and the ostrich was coming down to hit the shrike, and then something went near its nest and it flew over to its nest. I thought it was going to fly out of the field of battle, but no. And then the shrike flew away.
Yep.
But that's okay. You know what's even sadder? So we picked what we like middle seeds for this competition. It wasn't our overall champions.
Right.
After today's battle or yesterday's battle, I am completely out of the game. I lost all my top people.
Ooh.
I started off so well.
Yeah.
But I am done. I ended up with 80 points.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I don't have 80 points yet, but my top contender's still in, so I could come from behind here on you.
Yeah.
Barry the honey badger still in.
Yeah. No, unfortunately, Helga the hippo has been eliminated.
You could just get used to putting my name on your trophy there.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, we've got a couple of people still in our family that, I'm still I have the highest score.
Yeah.
But both Griffin and Jen could really take it if they get the last couple right. All depends on the honey badger. Because they've got the honey badger too.
I should have, if we could. I would have gladly put a honey badger on top of my trophy, but
I would have been happy with a hippo. Although my wife really wanted a sea cow. I was like, "Can you do another one with the sea cow?" I'm like,
at least my March Mammal Madness trophy has a mammal on it.
True, but March Mammal Madness is all-encompassing.
Yeah.
Non-discriminatory.
It's all about the alliteration. I get it.
Exactly. But all right. Well, how'd it go? How was your trophy?
My trophy, I think it came out good. I decided smartly or unsmartly to cut out my thylacine silhouette out of 3/8 plate steel.
Okay.
That's thick, just so you know. So it'd be cutting it out. Combination of grinder and bandsaw.
I was gonna say, did you bandsaw that? Did you?
A little bit, and then ground some, and then filed a whole bunch, and then actually was short on it, so I actually had to take its tail and start it. I forget how and like bend its tail and actually forge it a little bit to like move it to shape and stuff. So yeah, he turned out okay, but then what were you calling it? A pedestal or a plinth?
A plinth, or I'm sure there's. I might be completely incorrect in my terminology.
Well, I'm just making sure that it's you that's incorrect. I'm just using your terminology.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Feel free. I am actually Googling the definition of a plinth right now.
Okay. But I didn't want mine to just be simple, right? I wanted something. I was like, here's my chance to do something cool with it. And I found a piece of cast like an old ring off a hose and stuff. I was like, well, there's the bottom. Now I just need the connector between the thylacine and whatever. And I don't know, it's about a 3-inch pipe, and I'm like, I tried tapering it for the lighthouse, and that didn't taper very well because you do have to
Yeah,
like
fair.
it. So I was like, well, I can't tape. I could cut it out, and then I was like, I've seen those videos where they connect like a circular tube to a square tube, and I was like, oh, wouldn't that be cool if I turned my circle into a square? And I was like, I know I can forge that, and I can weld that up and everything. So that's what that was basically my challenge for the whole thing, was to be able to get this transition between the circle here and the square here, which I think turned out like pretty even and pretty awesome.
It
Um,
looks really good, and with the brass brushing that you did on it, has got the right look to it.
yeah.
It's
So
got some nice steps to it. Like, no, it's a really nice trophy. Like, it looks pretty sweet.
yep.
And I think, you did the right choice with the 3/8 thickness for the top. I think it would have looked a bit uh, not,
Cheaper. Yeah.
yeah, cheap, or just not very sturdy with a thin thylacine on top. So
Yep. So
no,
I did brass brush it, which for those who don't know, if you take steel and you heat it to like about 500, like not stupid hot, but like not cold, and you take a pure brass brush and rub it over it very, very quickly, it actually binds the brass to it and gives it a brassy like texture. And then I took a paint marker and gave the thylacine his little tiger stripes on his backside with some nameplates and stuff on it. So yeah, it I think it turned out pretty trophy-y, pretty sweet. So
it does. It looks really nice, really really sweet. And just here to jump back, our plinth. It's a heavy rectangular base or pedestal supporting a column, statue, or wall. So not really what we were talking about there.
hmm,
Maybe you could call the bottom a plinth for a trophy plinth, maybe,
hmm.
because it is like a structure at the bottom supporting that. I don't know. I'm stretching it here. So
So you stand corrected
yes,
or
I
sit
sit
corrected.
corrected.
Sit
I sit
corrected.
corrected.
How did your trophy go?
So mine is more plaque than trophy. Mine's not really a trophy. But it's a wall plaque, and it turned out really real. I was actually super happy with it. As you know, I was doing a shrike, and I wanted to chase it out to get some detail in there. So that worked really really well. It was very similar to how I made the heron, which was our second competition ever. But what I really wanted to do is I wanted to get the color patterning of the shrike in there. And if you haven't seen a shrike, which I know you have, but uh, they're gray on their back, their belly's white, and their wings are black, and they've got a white patch on each wing, but the inside of the wings are gray. So you have this gray, white, and black combination, and I didn't want to paint it. That was kind of my goal. So I decided to go patinaing, but I wanted to like I've done a lot. I've done the basic patina a lot, but I came across randomly at one point copper black,
Okay.
which is a different patina thing that is used more in stained glass windowing apparently.
Okay. I
Yeah, sure. I don't know. I've never done a stained glass window, so I have no idea. But that's what I have been told. I might be completely off base there. So
hmm.
what I ended up doing was I finished all the chasing, got the whole pattern out, and then I did overall like a complete patina with my liver of sulfur gel, which I normally do, which can give you some funky colors, but also sort of gives it a brownish color.
Okay.
And I used that to mimic where the gray would be on a shrike. I polished up some of the other areas, and then I used the copper black on the black wings, leaving the
Uh,
white spaces, and again on the tail. And then I took a polishing compound to polish out those little spots. So I ended up getting bright copper where you would have normally white, and then I have black where the black is, and then if it's really hard in the light that I'm showing you. You can't see it if you're here listening to this, but you can actually see the where the gray is really, really well on it. Um, and it turned out really awesome. I like having all three colors, and it's all done with a patina. So it was I was kind of excited by that. That was kind of my goal. And then so they needed a title.
Sorry that the
sorry. Yeah.
the copper black. I've dealt with steel bluing, which is kind of this. Is it the same idea where you like paint it on and like it like just turns the metal like that dark color? Do you have to like fix it, or like is there anything else you have to do to it, or if you do it again, is it darker, or is it just like one and done?
It was generally one and done. But I used a Q-tip to dip it into the copper black liquid and then put it on where I want, and then I just leave it there, and it just kept getting darker. I could have wiped it off earlier, and darker and darker and darker, and then I wiped it off. And again, then you can, if you want, use some steel wool to make it lighter if you want. But yeah, it's a chemical treatment, just much like the liver sulfur jar that I normally do. It's just a different one. It gives a really dark black color the longer you leave it on there. So
you could use it like the letters. You could like black inside the letters and then steel wool the outside, and the letters would be all black. And
shockingly, that's what I did for the.
I was wondering. I was wondering. Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. So well, it was another trick. Again, like you were watching or have seen the videos on Instagram, to get a tube and cut it and weld like two round tubes together. Well, there's a video out there of how it's a Chinese technique of using a raised piece in wood and then taking a thin piece of copper and hammering it on top to sort of mold it right to that piece.
Oh yeah. Yep.
So I used my 3D printer. I found someone who had made a March Mammal Maddness trophy, and they had an indented March Mammal Maddness title on it. And so I actually took that, I sliced it so I could just have that nameplate, and I printed out a nameplate, laid a thin piece of copper because I have some very almost tinfoily copper.
Yep.
And then you hammer it a little bit, and then you take some leather and you put it on top and you hammer it some more, and it contours it beautifully. So I just got that whole contour. I put the black on it. I put some more texture on it to make it look fun. And I put a little border around it, and then I put the copper black on there, and then I cleaned it off with steel wool so the recessed parts stayed nice and black. And then it went on, and it turned out really nice.
Very cool.
Yeah, I'm very happy with how that turned out there. So I really like it. And then I got lots of space on the bottom because it's going to be trophy plaque for our two families competition. You thinking you're going to get your name on there first, but not so sure.
Yeah, hopefully. So we actually didn't chat about this before. We could cut this piece out where we chat about it. But when are we going to post it? I was thinking Monday.
Yeah, makes sense. And Monday would be
the 30th. Monday the 30th. Okay. So we'll post this on Monday the 30th on Brothers and Smithing's Instagram story, and you guys can click on the story as to which one of these you like. We do this for fun, so
it'll even be on Brothers and Smithing TikTok.
Ooh, yes. So all those massive TikTokers. I don't know. Yeah, sure. Vote on TikTok.
I don't know. I don't know if we look at last competitions, because last competition was TikTok as well, and we're just not talking views, we're talking number of votes. We got a total of 8 votes off of TikTok, and we, I think you and I, you only had like 10 votes on your Instagram. I had 17 on mine, and Brothers is Missing only had 3. So TikTok is actually right up there.
There you go.
It's a contender now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm down. Whatever you want to vote on, feel free to vote. I said we do this for fun and just for the motivation to do it. So votes are, it's kind of like Whose Line Is It Anyway, where the points are made, or the scoring doesn't matter and the points are made up or whatever. Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just for fun.
However, I am ahead So if you're feeling some pity, don't just vote for mine anyway. And
You know what? Yours is a really nice piece. Like it's a beautiful trophy. It's better than a lot of you know, the sporting trophies that get passed around to kids' sporting events. It's no Stanley Cup,
yeah, yeah,
but or what's the baseball trophy?
it's the World Series trophy. It's the one
Oh,
with a
it
whole
doesn't
bunch
have
of
a full
flags
name.
on it. No, it doesn't. It's the
Oh,
World
well,
Series
that's
trophy.
lame.
Yeah. And they produce a new one every year, so they put all the old flags and then put a new flag on it. So technically, every trophy is its own thing.
It's an own trophy, but
Yeah,
yours is really it's a beautiful piece. So you know,
I
if you think their trophy is better than my Shrike, that's okay.
I do. You're the. It is funny because yours is very much the like the wall plaque where like you would give somebody like the Canadian baker where they get the pie plate. Well, yours is like the thing you would hang on the
Yeah,
wall as the like thank you for your 30 years of service plaque, and
yeah.
mine
This
is
is
the
the
like
like high school. It's in the trophy case stuck up against the back wall
yeah
for like the chess club. You know.
yeah. Whereas mine is the one that you won county wrestling thing. I don't
See,
know.
yeah. But well, it'll be interesting to see where people lie. Are they more of a wall plaque kind of person? Are they more see? Because the nice thing about the wall plaque, it's not taking up any shelf space.
Uh huh.
Right?
Yeah. I look forward to seeing my name on both of them because yours is going to be for our family, um, between our families and their competition, and mine is actually going to my workplace, and I'm going to put all of my the past. We're going to go back. We started 3 years ago.
Oh,
Um,
you're gonna put previous ones
we're going to
on
put previous ones on it because I think it'll be more entertaining for people to see the past winners and stuff too. So
there. Are all the past winners the same, or is it going to be like Andrew,
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 Andrew?
Andrew. No, my name's only going to be on it once. So unless I win this year, not. Yep.
Well, now here's the thing, like, because I've been I don't know why I've been thinking about it, but I'm like, okay, so I don't want too big of a little nameplate on there because we're gonna be doing this for as long as they do
Presumably
it.
a while.
Let's
Yep.
stop it. We're gonna be doing it for a while, so I don't want too big of a nameplate, but I think I want to get both the winner's name and what animal they had chosen on there. So,
Mm-hmm.
and then of
In
course, the year.
the year. Yep. So yeah,
So
mine is built in a way that I can always stack more wood underneath it, and then it will be the Stanley Cup by the
well,
time I retire.
mine'll become like our try again trophy, and eventually we'll just start sticking the nameplates on every which way because there's no other space for them.
Yeah, there you go. We have a deer trophy like that at camp where uh, at first we just tried to put the names like in sequential order, and then it kind of filled in the void, and then we added a back plaque to it, and then they went in sequential order, and then of course you couldn't go in a line, so they just kind of went like all it's so you
And
kind
they
of
just,
like
yep, it
yeah,
grows organically
that's
like
correct.
deer antlers.
Yes. Yeah.
See?
Yeah. So the last one though, the fierce courage one, I was able to I squeaked that one out, didn't I?
You did take that one. It was fairly close.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was with 2 votes apart. So you beat me by 2 votes.
So if you don't think your vote matters, there you go.
It does.
It
It,
does.
it was close. So it gives you 27 wins over my 24. So you're starting to pull away. We this is getting some of like the biggest gap that we've had between the
I
two of
think it is.
us.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, it was close. I was slightly disappointed that I got like no votes on your Instagram. Like
Yeah.
none. I usually at least
Uh,
get one or two on your Instagram.
yeah, but you normally like again. It's funny because I know that people who follow you at Tapley Tinsmith are looking for your stuff and
Oh
predominantly
yeah,
vote for yours, and the same with mine. And like we both have our own style and everything, right? So it does presume that we would both do well on our own platform, but yeah, it is kind of hard when you don't get any votes and
yeah. This is the second time I've gotten no votes on your Instagram. You've only gotten, it's only happened to you once that you got no votes on mine. So yeah, you
More of
got
my family.
no votes on the mushroom apparently.
That's fair. That one sucked.
Um, and the other one I got no votes on was really the thermometer. Oh, silly.
Hmm.
That's weird. Because again, I was very happy with that one.
Yeah,
But,
but not so much my mushroom. I still. It's actually my mushroom is right here because it's one of those ones that bugs me that I wish I could have done better on.
oh,
So
there you go. That
yep.
maybe we can do a mushroom 2.0.
No, I don't want to. I
Oh,
don't like it.
so your mushroom is like my paper towel holder.
I just haven't. I haven't come up with a good way of doing it better. Like you know what I mean? Like
100%. I understand.
yeah,
Good
yeah.
to know that you have your own paper towel holder issue.
I do.
No,
I have tried it a few more times, and I can't seem to get enough material isolated on top without. You remember how we used to? Okay, so to do this, we need to isolate a big block of metal on the top to turn into. I want to do it in one piece. I don't want to weld the
I
stem
was going to
on
say, why aren't you
basically.
just welding the stipe onto the cap?
It feels like cheating.
You weld everything, dude.
I do now, but anyway.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I was thinking if I took a bolt, right, and I used the bolt head, I could. But there's not enough material
No,
on a
there's not
bolt
at
head.
all there.
So by the time I take a big enough piece of material and reduce it down, A, that's a lot of work, but B, I have the same problems as we always used to have when making the spoons, is right at that isolation point, it's such a drastic change that and you're hitting it so hard and so often that your probability of a cold shunt, which is basically a stress fracture in the steel, is so high that I haven't been able to do it without a cold shunt or a stress fracture in that part. So
Yeah. There you go. Something to work on if you want. But again, I just don't understand why you just don't weld
power
everything.
hammer or hydraulic press, I think would.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, hydraulic press because that will be a softer
yeah,
impact and still be able to move the metal.
reduce it right down. Yep.
There you go. You just need $4,000. I don't know how
Uh,
much.
yeah, you could probably get one for 4 grand. Also, a 220 outlet and a place to put it.
Oh,
Those are
yeah,
probably my
yes. Well,
bigger.
I got a place up here.
You don't have a 220 plug sitting outside.
I do.
No, you. Oh, you do. That's right. Hmm. Hmm.
I do.
Hmm. You need to come for your futon. That's cheaper than a hydraulic press. Anyway, um, did you want to chat about your semi newest shop acquisition
Well, we have
plaything?
it keeps popping in. You're talking about the 3D printer that came in. I'm assuming that's
Yeah.
as you were holding up your little 3D printed and 3D printed anvil. Not that I printed that off.
No.
Although amusingly enough, I gave you some 3D printed forage items that I purchased before we ended up with a 3D printer. Now I can print them off for you.
Yes. Yep.
I can keep creating sets. Yeah, no, we ended up with getting one from my brother-in-law. His grandfather does a lot of 3D printing and had 3 or 4 or 5 3D printers. So, donated one to us so that ostensibly my eldest could start doing some 3D printing. And they are absolutely doing lots of really good 3D printing on there, really having some fun with it. But that doesn't mean I don't get to play with it. So actually, yeah, the last 2 competitions, I have used some 3D printing in there. I used it to create some casting models for the Fierce Courage, which turned out well. I was kind of happy with my little teddy bears that I cast that way. And this one, yeah, I used that faceplate from the March Mammal Madness. So it's kind of cool. Now, one thing I haven't figured out right now, I've been finding models that other people create that have permissions on them that I can tweak and use. Like, they say not for commercial use, and I'm not using these for commercial use.
Yep.
Um, so you're allowed to tweak them, and then I use bits and pieces of them. I do need to figure out how to do some designing myself, but that's later on. Later on.
Because do you see? I mean, casting is still like the novel, fun thing for us. Do you like? I'm even like these little 3D printed anvils. I'm like, I want to 3D cast or 3D print anvil that I could cast in copper. And I'm like, I think a 3D or a copper cast anvil could sell just sitting
It
there because
would
enough
be
people would be like,
interesting.
that's
It's
kind of a cool.
definitely on the list of things to try out. So I'm gonna have to look at that. I was gonna do some more casting coming up soon. Just I'm trying to take all my scrap and at least cast it down into bars, so it's taking up less space.
Yep.
Is kind of the plan. But yeah, that's on the docket of maybe an April job to try out. But it is fun, and I think I'll be able to find some other interesting things to do with it.
Cool.
But it's a steep learning curve. I haven't done any. It finding a model, printing it off is not too hard.
Yeah.
But as you start tweaking with it, and it always like something new pops up, says, do you want to add supports, grid like or organic? What's the gap blank? I'm like, I don't know. And of course, every time you try to do something, like I'm using a program called Prusa Slicer, and when you go to create the code that the 3D printer is going to use, called a G code, it says, "Ooh, you might have an issue with this or this. Try enabling a brim." I'm like, I don't know what a brim is.
Yeah.
And then if you do find the brim button, I'm like, oh, there's the brim. And it's like, do you want an external brim or an internal brim? Or there's a third option. I'm like, I don't know what that does. And when I click on it, it doesn't change anything obvious on the picture or on the screen. I'm like, I don't know. I still don't know what that did.
Yep.
Like some at least are pretty obvious, but
And then you got to remember what you did that worked or didn't work, and be like, "Ooh, yeah, I put a
yes.
brim on this. Oh, there's the button. Wait, external or internal or polygon, whatever." And yeah,
And one would argue that I am an old dog trying to learn a new trick. So, it's a slower process.
I was gonna say, but isn't that what this is all about, though?
It is. And again, well, again, that's what I like about doing these. This was a new technique project for me with not just the different patining, which was kind of fun, but also using a mold to and the leather to shape the copper to a mold, which is kind of fun. So
You
yeah.
know what's really funny for me? So, the welding in the circle to the square, right? Took some skill, took some time. Really proud of myself that it turned out. And then the thing that I normally do with my welds is a drill a hole in the base plate and then weld up through the base plate to hold the thing on the top, right? So
Oh, okay.
it's pretty standard for me now, and you get the biggest hole you can. That's gonna. And so I've welded that up. Anyway, bottom line of the story was I was brass brushing this and trying to get as much pressure and going as fast as I could. I snapped the thylacine off the stupid piece,
Oh,
so
you had to re-weld it.
I had to re-weld it, and I had to re-weld it not blind. So I actually have two little chunkies of weld on his feet on the
Oh,
backside. So
well, the
I
nice
was
thing is like the picture we're gonna put up. You can pick the Thylacine best side. Put
yes.
the photo up for voting.
Yeah, 100%. It is the backside of the trophy, and like it's not really a big deal. 90% of people don't care, but it's one of those things that I'm gonna look at and be like, "You did
Yeah,
this nice welding job here, and then you know,
and you had to
put
do
some
that.
bird poop on the top of it." But
And
you
again,
live,
like
you learn.
everything, I see all the little flaws on it. No one else is looking at that closely,
Yeah.
so no one's gonna and would notice that and care.
Actually, you know what I did also learn on mine? So I cut out the to put on the front of it,
Yep.
and I tried. I first tried. What did I first try? I first tried Dremel, and trying to cut it out with that. That didn't work. And then I tried drilling it out and filing it down. So drill out the void and then file it down. It didn't work very well. I mean, it might have got there, but it was really painful. And then had to like, I would use it. Maybe I'm going to make it out of copper, and I can use my jeweler's saw. But I had it traced out on a piece of steel, and I was like, I don't think the jeweler's saw is going to cut through this steel, but it's worth a blade for me to try, I guess. I don't know. And I tried it. I would say it was physically harder to cut through the steel with the jeweler's saw, but overall easier than copper because the copper gets like gummed up.
Yep.
It's a very soft metal. It gets caught in the teeth, and like it feels like the tension on the blade is higher.
It's like when you're cutting, like using a crosscut saw on wood, and it binds every now and again.
Yeah.
And copper does that. Yep.
Yeah. Steel does not do that at all. So like it's physically harder to do it, but actually I found somewhat easier because you didn't have to. I almost break the blades on the upstroke, like trying to reset it because it is bound in the steel. Was like there's none of that. So there is a potential for me to cut more plate steel.
How thick is the steel for the MMM?
Not very. Maybe 16. Not very. It's what I use for my trees.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah.
So it's
cool.
I don't know what gauge it is because it's all recycled stuff, but
it's always fun to find a new technique. You're like, hey, I can use this and use it for future products, and this worked out happily.
Yeah, because the copper birds that I did, I thought I had to use copper for those, and I personally don't have a lot of copper until I go to your place and then put some in my bag and
stealing my copper.
But or pay exorbitant prices at the but if I just can use this recycled steel or scrap steel, I was like, ooh, I could cut birds and then have rusted birds. Like imagine like a robin with a rusted front, and then I polish the back. I'm like, there is potential in all of this. So anyway, I kind of got excited about that actually as well. So
speaking about copper, I was in Home Depot the other day just picking up some wood, but I'm like, I always go buy sheet metal stuff. A small like it couldn't, what it was, maybe 24 by 12 inches was like $60.
I was gonna say $60. Yeah.
I'm like, oh my god. I can't, because I don't buy my copper from Home Depot. I a better source called Canadian Brass and Copper, which is a place that supplies all the Home Depots around here, all the metal supermarkets. So I'm cutting out a middleman, and they do great. It's still not cheap, but $60 for
Yep.
Foot by 2 feet piece.
Now the same is true for their steel, where like a piece of plate steel that I could get I buy it from metal supermarkets. But a piece of plate steel, like I just bought one and I was like, I don't know what it's going to be worth. I just ordered it from metal supermarkets and it was like $10 or something like that. I'm like, I'm pretty sure the same thing in Home Depot is like $30. So
yeah. Oh yeah. No, it's insane.
Extremely marked up. Anyway, get your metal supply stuff from either the scrapyard, your neighbors, or the proper location. Because
if you know anybody doing home renos and are taking a bunch of copper piping, I'm willing, to take all that copper.
Thanks for taking that on for us. Yeah,
exactly. As we cheers, what you cheersing with tonight?
Pre-made whiskey sour from Maverick Distillery in Oakville.
Oh, that sounds nice.
Is
that a Grumpy Owl cup that you are?
It is also a Grumpy Owl pottery mug with some.
That looks nice.
These are underglazed little sea creatures. You can stencil them on, so it's like some undersea creatures.
There should be a thylacine on there. Oh wait, no, the thylacine got eliminated. Oh. It's okay. It looked like there was a whale on there, and it was a whale that took out my hippo. This last one.
Your hippo.
So I was. I'm devastated. I'm actually kind of devastated by this whole thing because, like, I
When you
really
lose your
am.
champion, no, when you lose your champion, it is like, well, what's the point now?
Well, it's not that I look because my champion has never gone all the way. I'm not expecting my champion to go all the way, but this year, like, I was doing really well. I had very few losses, and the losses that I had were unimportant, and like I picked a lot of the upset ones
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
that went. Like, so I was doing really, really well. I'm like, oh, I'm rocking this. Like, actually, the this last round was the elite trait, so it was like the quarterfinals, right?
Yeah. Yeah. There's
And
four
going into
left.
the
Yeah.
quarterfinals, I had them all. They were all going in there, and then I lost. I won two of the quarterfinals, but I lost the other two, and those are the ones that I had going the rest of the way. Yeah,
There you go.
it was. It was heartbreaking. I'm like, oh, so bad, so bad. But 80 points, which is what I have, is I think the best score I've ever gotten. So
There you go. There you go. Um, did you have an eggel for us today?
I did. I thought because we were talking, it's all about March Mammal Madness. If you could be a lycanthrope, what would you turn into?
A lycanthrope?
Oh, okay. Sorry. Did I nerd off in a direction that you don't nerd?
You. That's geek. Nerd is nature, and
Oh, okay.
remember, you're
Sorry.
a geek. I'm a nerd. You just went too
Fine.
geeky on me.
I've got some nerd aspects.
I know. I know.
So a werewolf is a lycanthrope,
Okay.
but a werewolf specifically turns into a wolf. So a werebear would also be a lycanthrope. So a lycanthropy
Oh, you could
is kind of a
morph
catch-all. So
into another.
what would you turn into if you
Ooh.
you know, also understanding that there is a forced change at some point. We'll keep that in there. So at some
Ooh.
point you can't control it. You might be able to control it the rest of the time. But what would you turn into? And it can be
Mm.
anything.
Mm.
Bonus points if it's in the current March Mammal Madness competition.
Mm.
Go honey badger.
I would actually say I would say either bear or potentially lion, because my wife has always wanted to cuddle a murder kitty. So if I was in bed and just turned into a lion, she'd at least be cuddling a murder kitty. Um, uh, yeah, I'd say a fish would be cool, except don't like swimming.
Yeah, but
Birds,
it wouldn't be cold if you would get all that blubber, right?
yeah, I
You'd be
guess.
comfortable in the water for once.
It'd be inconvenient if you were on land and turned into a whale, though.
Yeah, you would have to really, whatever time you had you'd have to plan where you're going to be.
Yeah. Um, bird. I think a bird would be cool, though. I might go bird. I might go like
What bird?
um. Mm,
Please, I want you to choose like a great tit or
actually,
a blue-footed booby.
what I would actually choose is I would actually go with a ruffed grouse.
A ruffed grouse.
Yeah.
Really?
Yep, because you remember the ruffed grouse that was on the cliff top trail that
Yeah.
would like chase people and then or hide and then explode and scare the crap out of people?
Yeah.
That would be me. That was me as your. Oh, was it a full moon? Ah, damn it! Andrew's out on the trail scaring people again. Yep, ruffed grouse. There it is.
Ruffed grouse. So there you go.
Yeah.
Well, that'd be different. Okay. Yeah, see, I was thinking bird too, just because like the ability to fly would be awesome.
Yep.
But I want to be something with a big enough wingspan to catch thermals. So I was kind of thinking albatross.
Ooh, you're going
Like,
big.
oh, I'm going big. Like,
Okay.
you can sleep while flying. I think that would be pretty sweet.
Mhm.
That would be pretty awesome. I am allergic to fish. Might be. Hopefully, that would go away when I turn into an albatross. Otherwise, it would be really crappy. But
Inconvenient, but yeah.
yeah, a were albatross.
Cool. Ooh,
7 foot wingspan.
you know what would be actually really cool? If you were to be like something like a puffin, because then you would get the flying and the swimming
And the swimming,
and the
yeah.
cuteness. Okay, I'm changing my answer. Puffin. I'm going
You're
to a
gonna be a
puffin.
puffin now, but you don't get to scare. Puffins don't scare anybody.
I don't
I
care.
hate to break it to you.
I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. One, my wife would want to cuddle me. Two, the swimming thing would be cool, as well as the flying thing. Yeah, but all round puffin.
Yeah, yeah. There's all sorts of fun, weird things that you could be. But also up there, just because why not a platypus? I get to swim. I have a poison spike on because I would be, when I had the poison spike. Yeah, I got a duck bill.
You look
They
weird,
they
so
actually can
you'd
send,
feel at
send some
home.
electric current, right? Come on.
They look weird, so you'd feel at home. I'm like,
Oh, you're so kind, so kind. It's okay. I shaved off my mustache. I no longer look like Ned Flanders.
if no one caught that, by the way, you got to go look up Tapley Tinsmith on Instagram because he did make a reel out of it, and where he literally was like, "So I shaved my beard. Now I look like Ned Flanders. Hidely ho, neighbor." And when you said hi, like I don't know whether you purposely positioned the camera, but like it's like those AI. If Ned Flanders was a real person, AI generated Ned Flanders and Homer Simpsons, you were Ned
Oh
Flanders.
no, I 100%.
Did you wear like the golf shirt purposely? Like I swear, like you were
No,
like,
that was that was by accident. But yeah, because like to have the full story. So my wife's cousin and their family were up visiting because their kids are the same age as our kids, so we hang out with them all the time. And her husband Diego was sporting a mustache, and I thought it was kind of funny. So, every now and again I shave off my beard, anyways. So I shaved off the beard, but I left a mustache, and I have never done just a regular mustache. I shaved it once into handlebars at one point, and it was very silly too. But I'd never done just the mustache. And but
yep.
of course I tend to shave after I take a shower, so I'm not wearing my glasses, and I shaved at night. And I didn't think anything of it. Everybody had a good laugh. My wife kind of said, "Ooh, you're kind of creepy," because it had kind of that porn star mustache thing going. But the next morning, I went to the washroom. I was washing my hands, and I had my glasses on. I looked in the mirror, and it was just like, oh, I look like Ned Flanders. And I came out of the bathroom, and I'm like, I looked at my wife, and I'm like, I look like Ned Flanders. And she's like, oh my God, you do. Oh my. And it was terrible. It was so terrible. So the mustache is gone now. It couldn't last more than a few days.
That's funny.
So yes, I looked like Ned Flanders.
So this challenge for March is obviously these trophies. Next month is April, so we're going to be doing our recycled earth thingy. We haven't defined as to what we're using for material yet. I didn't know whether we wanted to like limit the number of things, whether we were going aluminum cans, whether we're going metal cans. I didn't know where you were laying on that.
Well, you seem to be like, oh, we should do aluminum because that's not a material that either one of us use. I'm like, okay. But here's my question. Does it have to be aluminum cans or can it be any aluminum?
I think
it has to be recycled.
I think that we stay with the same, like it has to come from an aluminum can.
Because I have, and then the reason I'm asking this, not on purpose, but we just swapped out our hand soap dispenser in our bathroom because apparently it was leaking, and it was aluminum, and I cut off the top and the bottom, and I have that, so it's can shaped. It's like a can, but I didn't know if that was an acceptable thing to use.
I think that if we stay with the aluminum cans, if you want to cast or whatever the aluminum from an aluminum can, I'm down with that. But I think we, much like the copper one where we had the same material,
Yep.
I think
Okay.
we stick with the same material, and it's what you choose to do with that material. Um, so
So then, do we have to have the same
no,
cans?
I think if we start with like the same like so to me there's a pop can, and then there's a beer can, which is like the taller cans.
Yeah.
So I think if we go a certain number of, let's say, beer cans, if you're down with that.
Okay. All right. So a certain number of how many? How many do we get?
I, I don't know, how many do you think you might want?
I don't know.
Three? Is three good?
I don't know. I don't have a plan yet.
Let's go with three. Let's start with three. Because
Really? I
this
was thinking five.
really just because five's your answer.
Yeah. Five's the answer to everything.
Um,
I was saying because I'm thinking like five tall boy cans. Because I'm thinking about how big that sheet looks like when it's flat,
yeah,
right?
I'd say
Because
it's
you're not going to be able to cast anything. There's so little aluminum in that melting it down and casting it, you're going to get such a small puddle,
yeah.
right? So even with five, you're not going to do that. It's not a lot of material, and and as far as I'm aware, it has to be some sort of a lighting device. Yes.
Yeah, candle thing. That's what we said, right?
As far as it had to be a lighting device, but yeah, candle is fine. I'm
Okay.
okay with a candle.
Like something candle adjacent, holder, shade, reflector, thing, lamp. I'm just gonna take a
Okay.
I'm just gonna take a shotgun and shoot a pop can, stick a candle in
There you
it.
go.
Call it
Okay.
hillbilly lighting.
Okay. So I got so can we do five?
Yeah, we
I
can do
like five.
five. Okay.
Gives us a bit more. As one of the things I found with the last one when we did it out of copper and we
Yeah.
had that certain pile, it would have been nice to have a little bit more copper.
Okay.
And it's still all recycled. You know, you generally buy them in six packs, so really it should be six.
We can do six. We'll do
But
six. Oh,
okay,
six is good.
because that works well with the six pack.
Yep.
Apparently I'm gonna have to drink six beers.
uh, apparently.
Do you have an idea?
Not really. No,
I do.
none. Do you?
Mine's gonna hold a candle.
Hmm. Hmm. Hang on. Where is it? It's right here. This is the one.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, I don't. Yeah, I've got some loosely concepty ideas, but nothing concrete yet.
It'll
Because yeah,
be
the
interesting.
challenge with aluminum is there's no welding, there's
Yep.
no soldering.
Yep.
Like our joints are going to have to be glued or riveted.
And there's not a lot of structure to an aluminum can. So, like putting anything on the wall that's going to hold a candle would be hard.
Oh, here's a
Raising
question
anything to
for
go
you.
up is going to be
Is there
hard.
allowed to be any other material than recycled? Because you and I both tend to, in a lot of things now, put a wooden base on it. Is
I
that
think
allowed, or does everything have to be? It's only aluminum.
I could be swayed either way.
Well, which way are you feeling like swaying? Because one of the reasons I'm kind of throwing this more to you is two competitions ago, the you really wanted to do an art piece again. That was sort of your driving force. Uh, this last one, March Mammal Maddness, was more my driving force. So we're throwing the ball back in your cart.
Oh, this is my fault, is
No,
what
it's
you're
not your
saying.
fault, but you're the driving influence on this one. You, the one who
Okay.
wanted to go, because originally we were talking about steel, but you're like, no, that's unfair to you because you're crap at steel. And
I didn't say you're crap at steel.
I
I
know
said
you
that
was
you don't
implied.
have
I
the.
was reading between the lines.
I said I was thinking that I'm going to start welding stuff up, and you're going to go, I can't weld. Now what do I
Oh, I was
do?
going to put in a rule that says you weren't allowed to weld.
That would have been really mean because I would have had the welder sitting there and I would have gone, but I could, but I just.
But I want to. You're only allowed to forge weld.
That would be mean. Um, um, hmm. Yeah, no, just aluminum. Just the 6 cans. Just the six
Straight
cans,
up,
man.
6
Yep.
cans and nothing else.
Yep.
Okay.
Man, that's difficult. Oh.
It's, yep.
Ooh. Ooh, I don't know if I like this. Okay.
It's going to be a challenge.
All right.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I don't know yet. It's.
Because anything I can quickly think of, I don't know how you'd attach it to itself.
Well, that's the whole thing. Like, I'm thinking I might have to buy a 12 pack. So I have
Some
a few
testy
cans
pieces.
to experiment with going, okay, can this joint work?
Yep.
Can I roll this enough that it'll hold the shape?
Huh. All right.
Yeah, this ain't
Yep.
easy.
Nope.
This ain't
Okay.
easy. And then for it to like hold a candle.
Do you have any great jokes?
Ooh.
Did you hear
Hmm.
about the
So, oh wait, no. Okay, you go with your joke.
Okay, did you hear about the cheese factory that blew up in France? It was horrible. Debris went everywhere.
That's a
I
good
love
joke.
I love debris. Uh,
Do I have any good one? Ooh. How did that one go? Hmm. What's on the inside of a fire hydrant?
Water?
H2O.
Yeah.
H2O. What's on the outside of a fire hydrant? K9P.
Nice. Yep. Fair enough. I was gonna say dog pee, but yeah, that works too.
Yeah, so it worked with the H2O. Ooh, here you go. Last thing, just new thing, throwing you right off your game here. What is a blacksmithing term that is uncommonly used in our language that you would have to explain to somebody?
Uh
Here, I'll give you mine.
okay.
No, here you go. Okay, this is just like pulling right from me. A fustum.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, and this is more of a tinsmithing term than a coppersmithing term. And a fustrum is a cone that has the top cut off. So it's cone shaped, but it doesn't come to a point. And it's actually the shape that a lot of objects are: coffee pots, buckets, you name it. And so you have to be able to make fustrum in a flat shape, and then be able to fold it up. But it's one that I came across early in my tinsmithing days that I had to look up because I had never heard of a fustrum before. But that is my terminology for the day.
All right. Mine
Tapley's
mine is
terminology.
Tapley's terminologies. Oh, he's created another thing. Mine would be a peen because everybody knows what a ball peen is. Everybody knows what a ball
Yes.
peen hammer is, but nobody knows what any like doesn't realize that there's other peen hammers.
Yeah.
So there
You
is
got to be
a
careful here because you don't want to say, this is what a peen is.
you're cut off. Um, so there's the
Okay.
hammer
So
side.
tell us, what is a peen?
There's the hammer side. The peen is the opposite side than the flat face of the hammer, and a ball peen is called a ball peen because it's ball shaped on that side. There's also a cross peen that would be a flat uh, piece on that side. There is a straight peen, which is now
It goes perpendicular to the
perpendicular.
face, up
There
and
is
down,
a
opposed to a cross peen.
There's also a horizontal peen, which is like normally at a 45.
Oh, I didn't know about that one.
Yeah, I want to get one of those, but
So
so yeah,
here's a question: is the claw considered a peen on a claw hammer?
I do not believe so.
Okay.
Because there's like carpentry hammers that would have like the axe and the hammer on the other side, and there's masonry hammers and all those type of things too. But no, I think that the peen is specifically used for the shaping of. Yeah, I said it. You're just trying to get me to say it, weren't you? Is used in the shaping of metals, steels. I guess you could use it on copper.
It's great. Yeah, I do use peens on a lot of my copper pieces.
Yeah, there you go.
Good choice of terminology. All right, sorry. Now we can wrap up and say,
Okay.
please do check out our Instagram feeds or TikTok, Brothers in Smithing, on Monday, March 30th, and vote for your favorite March Mammal Madness trophy, plaque, whatever we want to call it. Champion award.
Champion award.
There you go.
Award.
Ooh, award. That's a good word for it. Because then, because I think if we said, what is your favorite trophy? Obviously yours. What's your favorite plaque? Obviously mine.
Yeah.
What's your favorite award? I like it.
There you go.
Good
Awesome
word, sir.
Good luck. You're gonna need
it.